going inside the club and there was Wine and Gia were dancing, holding a glass of juice since they didn't want to get drunk. I think this is the first time you are fully enjoying, right? Yeah, and thanks to you. You're welcome. Wine and Gia knew each other only for 6 months, but their bond became so strong in just a small span of time. Gia belonged to a mafia family which was not a secret from Wine, and she kept her secret to herself like a real best friend. While on the other hand, Wine was a daughter of famous businessman, but two contrastal got along as they met as their favorite subject class. Wine, now I'm tired, let's rest for some time? Okay. Both of them sat on the chair before starting the conversation, unaware someone was listening to them with a dark smoke. He signaled a waitress to do something and greedy for money. The girl mixed some pills in their drinks which they ordered. Ma'am, here is your drinks. Enjoy your night. She gave them glasses with a bright smile and accepted the drinks without second thought after saying thank you to her. I'm so happy for you, Wine, that you can easily enjoy your life unlike me. You can also, but you are really scared of your brother and let him control your life. It's not like that, Wine. He really loves me, and about being controlling, he's trying to protect me from the harm. You don't know how much enemy my brother had. Taehyung barely allowed her to go outside, but now she came here because of the lie she fed to her dangerous brother about the group studies. Okay. She never saw Taehyung before but heard about him only from Gia so many times that she wanted to meet him. Both of them continued while sipping the drinks, but their head started feeling heavy. Why my head is paining? I'm feeling the same. Gia held her head and not getting a good feeling, Wine suggested to go back home. Wine held Gia's arms for support, but her grasp also loosened and saw a pair of arms held Gia not so appropriately. Hey you, leave her. She stepped near Gia, but another guy held Wine from behind. Baby, let them enjoy. I'm here for you. Wine's body shuddered in fear. Goosebumps filled her body, but her dizziness not helping her to do anything. The crowd was not paying attention to them, and both of the best friends were trapped in two guys' dirty plans. But before they could do, they felt the coldness on their forehead. Leave the girls. They heard the dark, authoritative voice and realized there was gun placed on their temple. His fire's eyes was piercing their souls, causing them to immediately lose their grasp around them. Before Gia could fall, Jungkook held her securely in his arms. While Wine felt unfamiliar arms protected her, which was not filthy or dirty, and it belonged to none other than Kim Taehyung, the furious, scariest, and dangerous mafia king. Who are you? She whispered with her blurry vision, but he remained silent and took her in his arms like a bride's style, causing this man to share a shocking glance as it was the first time he was holding a girl who always avoided interaction with girls, but they maintained the blank face. Let's go. Jungkook also took Gia tenderly in his arms while giving her a soft glance. He had feelings for Gia, but he never confessed because of Taehyung and scared about his friendship with him. Why you let yourself in danger? He whispered, seeing her unconscious, and walked behind Taehyung, who was stealing glances of wine time to time. She was whispering words to him, being panicked, but her losing consciousness wasn't helping her. Where are you taking me? Please leave me. I don't hold you to leave. Hearing his feeding voice, she didn't panic, but felt fear inside her stomach, unknowingly, and they reached the lavish car of Taehyung. He placed her inside the car gently and heard her last words before she got fully unconscious. I think we are kidnapped, Gia. A smile formed on his lips, but he immediately suppressed it when Jungkook opened the door from other side and placed Gia securely before fastening her seatbelt. Jungkook, make sure to give them a deserving punishment. I'll take care of it. Taehyung nodded, and getting inside the car, both of them drove off for the mansion. Wine and Gia were laying on the bed sleeping peacefully until the sunlight hit their faces, causing them to groan. But Gia didn't open her eyes. Yawning lazily, Wine spread her arms while getting up and looked at her surroundings. What the? Her eyes were now fully open, finding herself in an unfamiliar room, and she immediately jerked Gia's body. Gia, get up, we are kidnapped. With accelerating heartbeats, Gia opened her eyes right away in panic. Someone really took advantage of our unconsciousness. Wine, relax. Gia hugged Wine as tears were flowing from her eyes. Negative thoughts clouded her mind. How can I relax, Gia? We are kidnapped. This is my bedroom, Wine. No, what? Yes, we are safe and you are in my mansion. Wine heartbeats calmed down and she took out a breath of relaxation, but something clinked in her mind. Is that mean your brother is the one who took us here? Shit. Breaking the hug, Dia looked at Wine, who was also clueless how to get rid of the situation. I'm doomed. Don't worry, I'm here for you. You don't. Their conversation interrupted when the door of the bedroom opened, revealing Miss Pei, the head caretaker of Kim's. How are you feeling, Gia baby? And you, Miss? We are fine, Miss Pei. It's good to hear. Now get ready. Mr. Kim is waiting for you at the dining area. Saying that, she walked out while Wine and Gia shared a "we are doomed" glance. Getting pressure, Wine followed Gia, but her eyes just widened, mouth was open as she was admiring the luxurious mansion. Soon they reached the dining area and Wine saw a guy sitting on the king-size chair, but his back facing her. He must be her brother. Good morning, Oppa. Gia hesitantly let out, catching Taehyung's attention and placing the knife and fork on the table. He looked at his sister. Any explanation? Wine heard his deep, authoritative voice, which built an urge inside her even more to see him. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have lied to you. Do you have any idea how dangerous it was? God, now stop scolding her. She learned from it and won't do it again. Wine immediately interrupted, walking towards them, but when her eyes caught Taehyung, everything faded around her. Just like his voice, his eyes were deep, his aura was screaming powerful, his features were gorgeous, and everything about him was alluring that she didn't hear what Gia was saying. I was talking to my sister. Taehyung's voice broke her trance and she blinked her eyes few times, getting embarrassed. From now on, you won't go anywhere until I allow you. This is no— ouch! She yelled when Gia pinched her arm and glared at her to shut her mouth, while Taehyung couldn't help but smile secretly. Sure, Appa. Then both of them sat on the dining chair and Gia introduced Wine to Taehyung, and just nodding his head, he attended a call. You seems interested in my brother. He's hot. She accepted and had breakfast peacefully when an idea popped in Gia's mind. Appa, are you going office? Yeah. Please drop Wine at her house. Taehyung looked at Wine before nodding and walked out. Gia gave a mischievous smile to Wine and they hugged each other. Gia came out with Wine to see her off and Wine sat inside the car, giving a side glance to Taehyung. Suddenly she gasped when Taehyung blindfolded her eyes and his hot breath was fanning on her cheek, causing her to feel a weird sensation in her body. What are you doing? We mafias never trust anyone, and don't you think we deserve some privacy of our whereabouts? He whispered in her ear. Her stomach was filled with butterflies, and she felt her sharp tongue was seeing difficulty to let out a word. But how will I tell you my address? Don't worry, I know. He scooted away from her while saying last words under his breath. But I have tape also. Rude, she muttered, but Taehyung smiled before starting the car and drove off to her mansion. The car ride was silent. Wine could feel his eyes on her from time to time, but she didn't mind. Half an hour later, the car stopped and Taehyung removed her foal from her. Thank God. She breathed, then looked at him, who was looking straight at her soul, making her speechless once again. Your house. Oh, yeah, thank you. But wait a minute. How do you know my address? Her gaze was suspicious, but she blinked her eyes as he decreased the distance between them. There is nothing I don't know about you. She was surprised but realized he was a damn mafia. He opened her side gate and gestured her to get out. Go, or else I'll punish you for taking my sister with you. She immediately stepped out in fear and walked straight inside her mansion with raced heartbeats. It was a week past since everything had happened, but Taehyung was all over Vian's mind and she was missing him. She got updates about him from Gia, who teased her sometimes and told her that her brother seemed interested in her too. Currently, Vian was resting on her bed and reading a book when she felt a knock on the door, but in her balcony door. She felt uneasy and with hesitation she walked towards the gate, but her eyes widened. It was Taehyung. Oh my God. She immediately opened the door and helped Taehyung as his head was bleeding. She made him sit on the couch and walked towards the bathroom to take the first aid. Coming back immediately, she sat beside him and started to put cotton to prevent the bleeding. How's this happened? Taehyung could see she was concerned for him and it made him smile, which she noticed. Thank God you smile too. Yes, when I'm around you maybe. She bit her lower lip to hide her smile and felt his arm surrounded her waist as he pulled her closer. Now do it properly. She was too close to him, her heartbeats were accelerating and avoiding his eyes, she started to clean his wound. She was making faces, thinking he must be in pain, but there was no expressions on his face. Now I'm going to apply the ointment. It will burn, so please bear it. She applied the ointment gently before covering his wound with bandages lastly and looked at him. It's done. He didn't say anything and hugged Wayne, leaving her off guard. She felt his face was in her neck roll, and with hesitation she hugged him back. Thank you. Why are you even in this dangerous profession? He didn't say anything and stayed like that. Wane's heartbeats were exploding by the proximity, and suddenly she heard her phone ring loudly. She moved back and grabbed the phone. She answered the call. Hello. Wayne, I'm not feeling good. Oppa went out for the mission but still didn't back yet, and his phone is also off. Calm down, girl. Don't worry. He's with me. What? With you? You can tell me later. Now enjoy your time with my brother. With that, she cut the call, and Wayne looked back at Taehyung, whose eyes already on her. Jia was concerned for you. I should go now. Yes. Take care. Smiling lightly, he got up and placed a soft kiss on her forehead, making her heartbeats to stop. She saw him leaving from the balcony and let out a long breath. Shit, he's making me crazy. Days were passing, and Taehyung occasionally came to her house, spent time, and allowed her inside the mansion too, so he could see her there. It was obvious they had feelings for each other, but Wayne wanted him to initiate. When you both are going official? I don't know. Your stupid brother behaved like I'm his woman, but confessing his feelings. Then do something. But what? I'll think about it, and next week is my birthday, so you can execute the plan that day. But what about you, madam? How's your love story going with Jungkook? He's too shy. Then you can be bold. Wayne winked, causing Jia to smile, and both of them took their leave for the class. Today was Jia's birthday, and she enjoyed her day with only important people. It was fun night, and Wayne met Taehyung as well. She enjoyed their company, but Taehyung was confused why Wayne was avoiding him today. I'm happy for my co. He found his right partner. Jia and Jungkook smiled as finally they were together because of Jia's efforts, and Taehyung was also satisfied with the relationship. You also find someone, Hyung, or else you will old. Yeah, you brat. How dare you to talk to me like that? Namjoon calmed Jin and he sipped the wine. Well, Taehyung, did you find someone, or you gonna live alone? Taehyung looked at Wayne, who just passed him a pressed smile. Well, Oppa is in love. Oh really? Who is the lucky girl, brother? Jia and Jungkook choked on their drinks since it was not Jia's plan. Taehyung had blank expressions, seeing Wayne was barely controlling her smile. What's wrong? Do you wanna know who is the lucky girl? He looked at her with a sharp gaze, and Wayne nodded innocently. But gasped as Taehyung took her in his arms effortlessly. Taehyung, not listening to her, he took her inside the nearby bathroom and locked her inside with him. She took steps backward as Taehyung kept decreasing the distance, and she felt the wall behind her. What did you just call me, sweetheart? I was just... Her breath sucked when he just hovered over her. His lips were just inches away, and his eyes were piercing a hole in her body. Is cat caught your tongue, She curled down, feeling his long fingers intertwining with her fingers, and he pinned them against the wall. I was just joking. That was such a bad joke, my sweetheart, and his lips went near to her ear, and his hand opened the shower, letting their bodies to drench. For being a bad girl, you have to learn a lesson. She closed her eyes, feeling his lips on her earlobe, and her stomach was filled with holes too. His touch was gentle, yet so seductive that she was losing her strength. Then teach me.